Do I have ice cream on my face? Cool, we're good. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So last week I asked you guys if you would rather see a pancake recipe video or a meal prep video, and you guys chose the meal prep videos. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So normally I only prep out 2 of my meals for each day of the week while I'm at work. I usually prep my dinner and my lunch. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So the 2 recipes that I'm going to be making are a veggie pasta and then a tofu, broccoli, and rice stir fry, if you want to call it that, I guess. So first off, I will show you guys all of the ingredients, and then I will show you how to put it together. Alright, so I will show you guys the ingredients for the pasta first. So for the pasta, I'm using the Trader Joe's red lentil, however you say that word there. This pasta, it's super good. It's got a little bit more of a bite to it than regular like wheat pasta or white pasta, so it doesn't really have a flavor though, but it's really high in protein. 1 serving has 13 grams of protein. I'm actually going to do 2, which gives me 26 grams of protein just from the pasta alone. And then since I'm vegan and I obviously don't eat meat, I am using the beefless crumbles, also from Trader Joe's. This I'm actually doing 3 servings of, and there's 9 grams of protein per serving. So I'm getting a ton of protein, 27 grams of protein. So between just these 2 things, I'm getting almost 50 grams of protein for one of my meals. So basically I end up doing about half of the block here. So I had to get 3 of those. That's going to give me 6 days worth of pasta, and then 2 bags of the actual pasta itself, just because I'm doubling up on the servings. And then for the veggie part of the pasta, I really like adding mushrooms. So I got 2 of these pre-sliced baby bella mushrooms. I got them pre-sliced, honestly, just to save me some time. And then the other thing that I like to add to my pasta is zucchini. Zucchini is pretty low in carb, and it adds a lot of volume to your meals. Doesn't really have a flavor, so I love it in my pasta. And then for the actual pasta sauce, I'm going to be using, again, the Trader Joe's spaghetti sauce with mushrooms. So there is absolutely no fat in here. And then to just add a little bit more volume to the pasta sauce, I also have a can of some diced tomatoes. So next, I'll run you guys through the ingredients for my stir fry. So I am doing white rice with my stir fry. So I'm using the Trader Joe's jasmine rice. And then for the broccoli, I've just got the whole heads here. I really don't like frozen broccoli. A lot of times I'll buy frozen fruits and vegetables just for simplicity and just to keep them from going bad. But I've tried frozen broccoli and I don't like it, so I prefer fresh broccoli. I love broccoli. I've mentioned this before, so I did get 3 heads of it. And then the last thing that I'll be doing for my stir fry is tofu. Now this is the Trader Joe's super firm tofu, and if you'll notice, there's really not much liquid in here, which makes this cook faster and it's less like mushy. I'm not a big fan of super mushy tofu. I'm like a texture person, so I really like this tofu, and it's super cheap. Now I also am doing 2 servings of the tofu. There is 15 grams of protein in 1 serving, and like I said, I'm having 2. So 2 of the servings is going to give me 30 grams of protein. So I will go ahead and get started on actually putting everything together. Let's go ahead and start with the stir fry first. stir fry meal is done. Like I said, I've on the bottom got rice, then broccoli, and then my tofu. I usually just add some sauce to this as I go. I'll just buy a bottle and take it with me to work and just add a little bit as I feel like I need it. So I've got my 5 days worth of lunch / dinner. So let's move on to the pasta. Alright, so the pasta is done. Look at that. This is gonna be so good. So I've actually never made this pasta recipe before. It's just something that I kind of made up. That tends to be how I do my cooking. I just kind of pick ingredients that I know I want to use and then just kind of throw them all together and just cross my fingers and hope it turns out good. And I must say, 9 times out of 10, my recipes turn out like really, really good. Except for baking. I've had a couple of fails with baking, but that's a little bit more tough to just like wing it. So I'm actually going to try this really quickly on here and let you guys know my first impression. Ooh, that looks like a good bite. Oh my gosh. I'm good, y'all. Alright. I'm so happy with how that turned out. So let me sit down and I will pasta sauce all over my face. I'll sit down with you guys and go through the macros and the calories, and even just like the micronutrients, just to show you that eating a vegan diet does not mean you have to restrict anything like your calories. You won't suffer when it comes to protein or even just your micronutrients. So I use the Chronometer app, and I'll show you that and how I use it and to track what I'm eating and stuff. So let me get that pulled up and I will show you guys. Alright, so I wanted to go ahead, like I said, and show you guys my calories and my macros for my meals this week. So the app that I use, like I mentioned before, is Chronometer. I'm not sure if you can really see that very well. But this is how I track my meals and my macros, my micronutrients, all that kind of stuff. So the meals that I have planned out are putting me right at right about 3,000 calories. I did change up a couple of things from my meals the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to take you guys through the meals and explain how much of everything I'm using, and then show you what the macros turn out to be and all that kind of stuff. So for breakfast, like I said, I've done this same breakfast or some sort of variation for the last, like, I don't even know, probably like 3 years roughly. So I do overnight oats. I usually make them, as the name suggests, the night before, and then I usually just grab them and take them with me to work, or if I have time in the morning, I'll just make them like regular oatmeal and just like heat them up or something. So for that, I use a cup of oats. I usually use the rolled oats. So I do a cup of the rolled oats. I also do 1 really ripe banana. I just mash it up and put that in the the container that I'm going to use, that's what I use to make my oatmeal sweet. I don't put any sort of maple syrup or brown sugar or anything like that. I just make sure I get really ripe bananas. I also do 2 servings of hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are super high in all kinds of nutrients. For 2 servings of the hemp seeds, it is 20 grams of protein. So that's mostly why I'm using the hemp seeds, is to get a little bit of extra protein without having to have like volume, like with eating tofu or tempeh or something like that. And then I also, for the oats, do a cup of soy milk. I usually sprinkle some cinnamon in there. And then I'm also doing 100 grams of mixed berries. And then I'm also doing a scoop of my protein powder. So that's usually what I do for my breakfast. And then for lunch / dinner, it just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like eating. You know, at lunch, sometimes I'll do one meal, sometimes I'll do the other. So for lunch, I've got the pasta, which I showed you guys just a minute ago. That is 3 servings or a half block of the beefless crumbles. Then the red lentil pasta, I did 2 servings of that. I did 100 grams of raw mushrooms. And then the pasta sauce, I didn't measure. I just did the whole container. I think there was like 45 calories for a serving, which was like a half cup or a cup or something. I'm really not worried about that. And then that's it for my lunch. I do plan on having a salad with that. I just get like mixed greens and then get some fat-free like balsamic dressing or something like that and put that on top. And then for my final main meal, I'm doing the tofu, rice, and broccoli. So for the stir fry, I did 2 servings of the tofu, 200 grams of raw broccoli, and then a cup of steamed rice. So I measured the rice after I cooked it. So it's a cup of cooked rice. And then as far as snacks, I'm doing 2 of the Cliff Builder bars and then 2 protein shakes. With the protein shakes, I usually will just do water. I chug it. It's not like I'm, you know, drinking it like a dessert or something like that. And the other thing I didn't mention too is I usually also have a cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk with my coffee. Sometimes I'll make it iced or I'll just do it hot, but that is what I'm doing for my meals this week. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around so I can show you guys all the micro and macronutrients, and just to show you that I'm getting enough of everything. So, just a quick overview. This is what the app looks like. It shows you all of the calories and stuff, just kind of at a glance. Again, this is the calories that I'm consuming each day. This right here basically just tells you that you've hit, you know, what percentage of your targets that you've set that you've hit. And then this also just tells you how many calories you've burned. I don't really go by that. I use my Fitbit, so that's kind of what the app looks like. So once you hit the targets tab, it pulls up kind of a summary for you. So down here, if you'll notice, I've got, it gives you kind of like a calorie breakdown. So it tells you what your carbs, fat, and protein split is. Right now, it's pretty close to what I had set, which was 40, 35, and 25. It's a little bit off, but I'm not that worried about it. So it tells you your macro breakdown. And then here it just tells you overall if you've met your calories, your protein, carbs, and then fat. So then down here is what I'll show you as far as the minerals and vitamins and stuff like that. If you scroll through, it tells you if you've met the daily recommended amount for all of these different vitamins and minerals. So it's got it broken up into minerals, protein, fats, and what was the other category? I don't remember. yeah, vitamins, minerals, carbs, fat, and protein. So as you can see for the protein, I have hit not only my goal, but just the daily recommended amount for everything. So clearly I'm not protein deficient at all. For the fats, I'm hitting everything there. Potassium, I'm a little bit low in. I'm not that worried about it though. I'm getting plenty, so I'm really not that worried about it. But that's the only thing that I'm slightly under. Vitamin D, I've gone back and forth. Like, I've taken a supplement for it before, but I do try to get outside and or use the tanning beds like a couple times a week. Don't yell at me, but that's how I get my vitamin D. And then up here, just in general, it tells you your calories for the day. So I really, really like this app. I personally prefer this to MyFitnessPal. I just find that it's a little bit easier for me to navigate, and I like, again, that it shows you not just your macros, but also your micros as well. So I also meant to show you guys, these came in a couple days ago. I think it was Thursday, maybe? Thursday, yesterday, Friday? I don't know, it doesn't matter. But my posing shoes came in. I'm so excited. So these are the ones that I got. Let me show you guys. So this is the brand Ellie. I found them on Amazon. Da, da, da. So these are the ones I got. I didn't get anything super fancy. Like, I didn't get anything with, like, I don't know, rhinestones or anything like that. I just want something kind of simple just because I want to just practice in these. I'm going to start going to posing classes soon. So I just wanted to have something that I could practice in just to get used to wearing high heels, because I really don't wear high heels hardly ever, and B, to pose in high heels. It's one thing to pose in tennis shoes. It's an entirely other thing to walk across the stage and then pose in heels. So I bought those just because they're going to be similar to what I'll end up wearing on show day. I do have a couple pairs of high heels, but none of them are that high. Like, these are like 4-inch heels. I think mine, I might have one pair that's like 4 inches, but for the most part, I think most of my heels are only like 3 inches, and I gotta get used to essentially walking on my toes. So anyways, those came in. I'm super excited about that. I think I already mentioned this earlier, but I've been having kind of a weird week. Like, my stomach, I've been having some issues with my stomach. It's not the flu. I don't feel bad otherwise. Like, I've had a little bit of a headache since Thursday. It's been kind of hard to get rid of, but my stomach has been bothering me on and off, and last night it felt like a combination between cramps and like nausea, and I don't really know what it is. I feel better today. I did go ahead and work out on my own today. Normally me and Paul work out together Saturday and Sunday, but I told him, I was like, just work out at Premiere. Like, I kind of felt sluggish yesterday during the workout, and I didn't want to slow him down today. I planned on going to posing tonight with him, and Lindsay usually goes as well, but I wasn't feeling it. I'm going to attempt to go next week though. I'm probably going to hang out here tonight. I've got some editing. I've got to catch up on some of the videos for the editing for this week, just because I haven't had time all week. So I'm probably going to just have kind of a chill night at home. Meal prep's done for the week, so that's good. I might have a little bit of laundry, but it's going to be kind of a relaxing evening, hopefully. If I do anything else, I will let you guys know, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty chill.